How to start a conversation with your ex. Hello guys, welcome to Love Advice TV. I am Coach Steven, joined with Coach Adrian.
Hi everyone, so excited. Very important topic, important video today.
Yeah, for sure. So today we're going to talk about how to start a conversation with your ex. And my question to all of you asking this question is, how do you start a conversation, period? Think about that for a second. In our videos, we always touch on the point of not putting your ex on that proverbial pedestal and bringing them down a peg or two in your mind and making them eye level to you so that you aren't intimidated and feel like you are somebody looking up to somebody trying to have a conversation with that dynamic, with that relationship between you and your ex. You have to approach it from an even playing field.
You're absolutely right. And it should not be stressful. You should not have to put yourself out there. It should come organically and naturally, especially if you have to deal with one another in some way, shape, or form throughout your day. If you have not spoken to your ex in a long time, you can obviously put yourself out there when the moment is right, and you can do so in many ways. You can send a positive memory text, which is very common in this industry, or you can try to share a success story, something that you've been working on, an accomplishment of sorts, and to include them in a very lighthearted, positive way. That's something that I help clients do, and the process of developing a communication strategy in our coaching sessions each and every day. Wanted to give you a little bit more specific insights here. And for women trying to talk to men, it can be sometimes a little bit of a different approach than what I recommend for men trying to engage with women. And just to give you a little tidbit of insights here, you understand that women in general love to have an opportunity to speak. And a conversation isn't necessarily a conversation. It is also it's mainly giving them an opportunity to talk about things that they feel passionate about, or to give them an opportunity to talk about their day-to-day, their work, their office. And all you have to do is really just put in fillers or repeat the last few words of their sentence to get them to continue to talk and talk and talk and talk. And in the process, that woman will feel like you are connecting with them in an intimate way. It's basically more about having restraint and not forcing the issue and setting them up in order to get them to open up.
Right. You also need to put your ex in a position for them to step it up, for them to come to the table with something, for them to prove themselves as to why they should want to talk to you in the first place. They need to prove themselves as much as you need to prove yourself to them as to why you guys are even having this conversation in the first place. So it is that's a pretty simple technique to sort of psychologically switch the tables around, turn the tables around. But at the end of the day, you also need to play a little bit of mental gymnastics with yourself and do whatever it takes to get yourself to a point where you believe that your ex wants to have that conversation with you, where you believe, yes, my ex does want to talk to me, so why shouldn't I reach out to them? Why shouldn't I share any updates in my life? Of course they'll want to hear from me. It's me. I have it going on. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that you have things worthwhile to bring to any conversation, not just a conversation with your ex.
You're absolutely right, Coach Steven. And ultimately, you can't force the issue. You can't force the issue. It needs to be organic. And if you are a woman trying to reestablish contact with a man, it's important that you stay away from the emotional type of conversation. Don't try to reminisce about the relationship. Don't try to connect with them in an intimate way right away, keeping things light and letting them feel like they can basically have a conversation without needing to give you more is very important.
Men don't want to live out a scene from a soap opera or a romance novel where you are talking about your feelings, the relationship status, where you see things going between you two in the future. We don't like that, plain and simple. And we like it even less when we don't have to have the conversation because there is no basis or foundation to have that conversation in the first place. Right now, you two are broken up and separated. Acknowledge that. But at the same time, use it as an opportunity to rekindle pleasantries between you and your ex. Conversations are supposed to be pleasant. So intend on having a pleasant conversation with your ex. If you're not ready to do that, if you just want to use the pleasantries as a gateway into talking about the possibility of getting back together or why it is that you guys broke up or why it didn't work out between you, then don't even think about it. This isn't about satiating your emotional needs. This is about being courteous and polite and having courtesy about with bringing some sort of pleasantness and entertainment to another person, and at the same time hoping that they will afford you the same courtesy.
Yeah, I think to kind of sum things up, it's very important when looking to reestablish connection with an ex, when looking to talk to an ex, to keep things light, to not try to overwhelm them. Okay, it's important for you to leave them wanting more, to show them that you guys can have an easygoing conversation and to pull away on your terms. And ultimately, you need to make it somehow memorable. Try to be funny, to be yourself, to be basically confident in your outreach, whether that is through text or in person or by email or through a letter, through the accountability letter. That's, I think, what is the main takeaway here is that it's just your ex, someone that you've spoken to before extensively in an intimate way, and now they're no longer your intimate partner. You have to talk to them as if they were just a friend, as if they were a friend you were very, very comfortable with. Because by doing that, they will subconsciously feel like they have lost something, that you are detached, that you are existing without them. And they will try to seduce you because they will see that you're no longer that broken person that they left.
So at the end of the day, y'all, just remember to relax. As Coach Adrian said, you've seen this person in their most intimate. You've seen them at their best and at their worst. They have just as much reason to be anxious and nervous and self-conscious about having a conversation with you as you do with them. They're probably just as nervous as you are, and they probably feel they have as much at stake or on the line with having a conversation and them putting their best foot forward and them showing their best colors towards you in order to feel like they are coming out on top at the end of the conversation.
Yep.
So guys, if you feel like you need some help or some sort of one-on-one assistance with trying to find a way to reconnect with your ex, to have that faithful conversation so that it doesn't make an unwanted left turn, please reach out to us at withmyexagain.com. Click on the private coaching tab and you can book a session with myself, Coach Adrian, Coach Samira, Coach Natalie, and Coach Alex. And also feel free to leave questions or comments or topic suggestions down in the comments section below. And if you feel that you walked away with something from this video, be sure to hit that like button right down there. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Thank you guys. Keep fighting the good fight. And hopefully we'll connect again soon in the comments or in a coaching session. Take good care.
Take it easy, y'all.